So the lawsuit was filed in December 2024 and it was settled immediately, basically. That's concerning.
So divide that out by everybody who has an iPhone or an iPad, and it's in Macs also, so.
Yeah. Well, it's not many at all, but what's wild is that it was settled within, probably before they even filed an answer,
That's amazing.
which means it's way worse than $95 million.
Right. That's right.
Class action law. My son was playing minor league ball when that lawsuit went through about they weren't paying enough, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He got like a check for $5. A year later, he gets a W-2 on it.
$5.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
That's amazing.
It cost more to send it out than it did to.
Welcome. You guys are familiar faces?
Yeah.
So you have been here many times before, I know.
Quite a few.
So you know the drill. The only difference this year is, just so you know, we are live streamed. So, there is that, going on. So-
Yes.
So you're warned.
It's this tower right here.
Yeah. With that, you have 30 minutes.
Okay,
And the floor is yours.
I'll do my best. However, we don't
And
have
if you could,
anything.
even though we've seen you a million times, if you could identify yourselves.
So I'm Kerry Peter, Lycans Borough, President of the Board and Authority Chairman. That's Jeanette Crabbe, she's our secretary. We don't have our engineer here this week, he couldn't make it. So we're gonna do the best we can do to give you a good
You're up to
presentation.
that.
We're not a camp promise you. Okay, this is a request for a grant to do phase 4B, well number 2 well house. It's a continuing project that we have been doing for the past 3 or 4 years that was mandated by DEP for us to use less water from a Rattling Creek stream. So we had to drill some wells, and we put 2 additional wells into the one we already had. And this sort of completes the system for the wells. We hopefully we will get a grant and we can do what we need to do to get it completed. And I don't hope we need to try and get another grant, but that could be possible. I want to answer some quick questions that I think you've had, is why does the project state it will cost $202,765, but the total amount budget based on the request, this program is $125 and the applicant investment $78,040, total more than $203. Thank you for finding the typo in application under G, project budget. The applicant's projected amount should be $77,765 with the funding request of $125, bringing the project total to $202,765. We apologize for the error and the confusion this has created. Please see the text updated narrative. So, go with that?
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
Sorry, could you just restate the boroughs of the 77,000?
$77,765.
Thank you very much.
How will this project be funded if the grant is not received in amount request? The authority may have to delay the project or secure some short or long-term loan, as this is the most critical water source in the Wickenniskell well field. The project will have to be completed by 2027 at the very latest. That's DEP's timeframe.
Requirement.
Yeah, that they gave us. Was the DEP permit application submitted per the project schedule? There were some delays in getting the application submitted. The final version of the plan is almost complete, and the permit application package will be submitted to DEP within the next 30 days.
And we might add that the permit was delayed because you have to do an SRBC application because over 100,000 gallons a day. So we had a little bit of issues with the SRBC, but we did pay for the permits through them.
Yeah, hopefully this is the last phase. We have applied for some statewide LSA funding. If these avenues do not pan out, we may have to apply through local share again. But hopefully we can finagle it, because we really want to get it fixed. We have a lot of money already invested in it and a lot of work. And this is the end, and we'll soon have a good water system throughout. The permit should be around $500. The SRBC permits were a bit more. The holdup with the permit application was getting the SRBC paperwork in order. SRBC gets involved when 100,000 gallons of water a day or more are used.
Sure.
The project must be complete, like I said, by 2027 to satisfy our water allocation permit with DEP. We do have a local share grant in the amount of $120,000 for well 3 once the SRBC application is completed. And we do it for permits by February. We should have approval by May and place the project out on bid by late spring, early summer. We do realize summer may be difficult to obtain good bid results, and it could be in our best interest to wait till early fall. When the contractors are all backed up, they might want to need some work and do a little cheaper, so that's where we're at.
So in your application on the history of money received from this board, you've mentioned phases 1, 2, and 3. Is that the same project?
Basically, it's
Okay.
the overall project.
Okay, great. Because I think one was called Wicanisco or something, and
Yeah,
that's part of this. Okay, that's fine.
yeah, Lycan supplies the water for Wicanisco Township.
Right.
Along with herself, so there's two communities that get the water.
Okay.
And, we have, the 2 wells are drilled, we're just trying to get the well 2 and 3 in operation, connecting pipes. We have a new water tank. Like I said, the wells are drilled. Some of the pipes laid, we just gotta finish laying the pipes and build a well house and put a pump in well number 2. So that's where we're really at.
Okay, thanks.
You had the raise rates recently?
We
I
did.
know you brought rates in the past. And they
Yes.
were
We
They
did
were
a
pretty high. They're
we
well
did a
over sort of
$2
average.
For 2025, we did a $2 increase on our water and sewer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to try and kill people. So
Sure.
We try to keep it small or as small as we can.
Right.
But we have to stay in business also, so we have to make
No,
it
yeah.
work both ways.
Right. No, I know these grants in the past have helped to try to stem
Yes,
some
yeah,
of that. but
grants has
still,
really
I know
helped
you
us
have
a lot.
challenges there.
We're thankful
Yeah, very
for the
generous.
grants.
Sure.
Very.
How much was your CFA application for?
The LSA grant.
Oh,
The LSA,
the statewide.
I should have knew, I believe one's for 120 and one's for 75.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you get full funding here but don't get the LSA, would this still, would you be able to cover the last of the project, or would that still?
We would do whatever we had to do to get it finished, because it's going on too long. We are closing it on 2027.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is there a date on that approval? Do we already know that, or do you know, is that CFA
I remember, right?
already have meeting dates in for these? Do you know, George?
Well, like I said, it's probably the announcements are gonna come out in May, June, and July.
In June or July?
Yeah, I was thinking July.
Not ready for something.
Yeah, it's somewhere we read it. Is it on there? In the paperwork?
I don't think it's a set date, they don't know.
But you guys just applied for that one this fall.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were due by November 31st.
I don't have the date. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay, but it sounds like it's the summer,
Yeah.
sometime this summer. It could fit your timing.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'd like to get this completed as soon as we can. We have a very old can't say obsolete pipe, weird size pipe that goes from well number one to the tank, which is up one side of the mountain. And I don't know how much longer that's gonna keep functioning. So we can't wait to get this new system in.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, are there other questions?
Pretty straightforward.
Okay, great.
Well, hey,
Thank you much. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thank
Safe
you.
travels back.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, so next time maybe I'll know a little bit better way to do it.
I don't know, you did great.
You did fine, yeah.
Thank you so
Maybe
much.
ask you just-
Okay.
you don't have to pay your engineer to come down.
Cheaper.
Yeah, maybe.
Have a great evening.
All right,
Yeah, see you, thank you.
Thank you. All right, next is Municipal Township.
Yes.
Thanks, George. You're asking for a lot. Yeah, I think it's justified, but it's
290. Interesting, they did 22, 23, 23, 24 back here this year. But then there's almost, there's a 10-year gap.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hi.
Good. All right, this is Mifflin Township.
Yes.
Yes, good evening.
All right. Good to see you here. I don't know if you were here before.
We
I
were,
know
yes.
The township has definitely been here before.
Yes, the Weaver Road Bridge project.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so welcome back. So you have 30 minutes, of course, for your presentation. And if you've been here before, so the only thing that's a little different this year is you are being live streamed. So just be aware of that. There's the equipment right there in front of you. It's good you dressed up nicely though, so you don't agree with the people at home. If you could just introduce yourselves and then take it away for the presentation.
Oh, thank you. Lauren Zimmerman, HRG. I manage our Capital Solutions Group.
Jared Moore, I'm the board chair of Mifflin Township.
John Shetterly, Supervisor, Mifflin Township.
Okay, great.
All right, 30 minutes is yours.
All righty. We definitely have some struggles in our township across the board, but right now, what we are really in need of is some equipment. We have currently a payloader that is barely operational. It's a 1986 Cat. We put about $25,000 into that payloader.
An 86?
Yes.
Not any more life in that?
Yeah, I'm afraid the kitty's used about all 9 lives there. It's really on its last leg.
I'm impressed. Okay.
So currently it does run, but it's barely functional. And as you know, when it comes to townships, infrastructure is important. Being able to provide services, in particular along the roads, is very important. And so, unfortunately, we've had CAT out, and because it's an outdated machine, they don't even have parts for it anymore. It's obsolete. So that puts us in a real bind. And our only other piece of equipment is a backhoe. We only have 2 pieces in the township. And so it severely hampers our ability to be out on the roads and provide the reliable services that the township would expect. And so along with that, to provide more versatility, we would like to look at a skid loader as well. And that would give us the ability, when it comes to putting pipes under the roads, or, to go ahead and either mill the blacktop or be able to saw to get that up. Would also allow us to put a road sweeper on that we can clean up properly. And so these 2 pieces of equipment would be critical for us to be able to provide the in-house services that we should be providing. And so we did include some estimates, which I believe you should have received. Those are for new equipment. Mealed together pieces of equipment in our township for decades. And it would sure be nice to have some new equipment that would provide a long life of service for years to come on behalf of the residents of Midland Township. There's also a page there with the estimates, and I do want to say, though, we would desire new equipment. We are certainly open if it comes to a point where there is a partial award. We certainly would not oppose used equipment.
With your track record, this should be good to the 2060s.
Well,
Buy a new, right?
I would like to think so. If you remember, I don't know if you were here for the Weaver Bridge project, but that was done on a Saturday morning with the local farmers showing up, and they put that bridge together
Yeah, I forgot.
in a day.
Right.
So, yeah, our township definitely has a track record of stretching every penny. And so if it does come down that we can't receive the full award, that we can move forward, we would certainly be more than willing to look for used equipment, but lightly used equipment that we could make do, because currently how we sit, we are not able to function properly.
So, if it's partially funded, it is a big request.
It is,
I think as you know. And if it were partially funded, would you go ahead but if it was funded adequately enough to do 1 piece of equipment, would you do 1?
Yes, sir. And
then come back next year or something
Yes.
and look to do the other one as a.
Right, that would be the payloader, because we do have to maintain somewhere around 7 miles of dirt and gravel roads. And so that requires, dump trucks of stone throughout the course of a year in order to maintain those. So we use that on that project, but it's how we load our salt or cinders on the trucks in the winter as well.
Right.
If it does snow significantly, we also have chains, and we do put that on the payloader. We have a V plow that would mount on it that we can go out and clear the roads.
Okay.
So yes, in that case, we would focus on the payloader.
That would be the priority.
Yes, sir.
The first year. Okay. What are you planning on doing with the old equipment? You just gonna scrap it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, straightforward. Certainly been good stewards of the last one, so
Well,
I can understand.
things have to stretch.
40 years. We'll give you this one, and then we'll see you in 40 years. Is that the, Okay, great. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Yes, we're good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
40 years old.
Actually, looks pretty good on the, paint's still holding up. It's not rusty.
I'm more interested in the bridge that they all built together now. So that-
Yeah, I'm kind of
Right up
recalling that
I remember
story
that.
from last year with that.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we come in an hour at a time, go as fast as.
I mean, yeah, that's, we're moving through these quickly today. A lot of these municipal ones, when they're straightforward like these, they
Oh,
just
yeah.
go very quickly. There's not a whole lot